And tonight, from a defensive standpoint, you feel like it was a step? You feel like he made a statement? How would you categorize his performance defensively?
Defensively, we just got after it. We're all on the same page. From the beginning of the game, that first five, and then even the guys that came in off the bench knew the game plan, executed the game plan, and our results showed. That first half, they missed shots, and we made them miss shots. We contested every shot. We rebounded the ball at a high level. And that's what's going to have to take. That's what we need every single night in order to give ourselves a chance to win. Second half, they made some shots, but once we were already up 30, that's what we kind of expected. So, but you got to have that mentality every single game to come in defensively with the mindset that we want to shut teams out, because offensively, it's easy for us.
How big will that be? Speaking, bringing it every night, finding that consistency. You guys have welcomed Kevin back finally heading into this weekend. How big will consistency be as you get ready to play on the road for a West Coast trip?
Huge for us, and hopefully tonight, before going on this West Coast trip, going on the road, this is a great start for us. So we just got to build this momentum defensively. Like I said, because offensively, it's pretty much easy. We got shot makers, we got shot creators. But defensively, if we can tie in like we did today, then we can start winning some games consecutively.
Brian Lewis with the New York Post.
Hey James, this is twofold. What was apparently, I guess Jeff talked to you guys after the last game. What kind of message did he deliver in terms of this kind of defensive intensity? And I guess the second part is, how many games do you think it'll take before you guys can realize and say, all right, either this was a one-off and we just kind of had our pride stung and it was a one-off reaction, or we really turned a corner in terms of our consistency defensively?
Jeff basically said that we got to, basically have pride and guard. The way we've been losing, teams that we've been losing to, is unacceptable. Especially the goal we're trying to reach. And so, like I said, this is, and we've shown signs of pretty good defense. We just have to be more consistent. We can't make excuses of who is in the lineup, who's not in the lineup, or whatnot. We just have to, whoever's ready to go, whoever's, on that floor, whatever defensive scheme we have, you have to be ready to go. And, whoever checks in the game, you got to be on that same type time. And that's what we have to have. So, like I said, I can't speak on the past. Tonight we did a really good job. Now we just had to have some carryover and be consistent with it.
Greg Logan with Newsday.
James, Joe Harris talked about the importance of communication on defense too. But then tonight it just seemed to me that guys stayed in front of just did a better, more committed job of staying in front of their man the whole time. Did everybody just sort of take it personally tonight?
That is one of them, but we all know this league is very, very difficult. So communication has to be a key, and our bigs, especially DeAndre, did an unbelievable job of communicating. In that pick and roll, we know how important that Brogdon and Sabonis pick and roll is, and our communication was unbelievable, and it showed. One-on-one defensively, obviously we have to be pretty solid and be great, but our pick and roll defense was great tonight, and we have to have communication from all five guys on the bench, and on the floor, and they have to be on the same page. And like I said, we just got to have carryover and consistent communication, consistent effort, and knowing what we're trying to accomplish defensively and who we're guarding.
Malika Andrews with ESPN.
James, yesterday DeAndre said, he was kind of disappointed in the way he played. What did you observe from him as the difference tonight?
Just energy, his energy, defensive intensity. I think for DJ, our team is great when he's talking, he's communicating to us. He's defending like he did tonight. He's rebounding the basketball, blocking shots, and just doing all the intangible things that we need him to do every single night. And so tonight was DeAndre Jordan. He was great. But we just have to continue to talk amongst each other on what we need defensively, positioning, who we're guarding, that takes effort. That takes, sometimes it get uncomfortable. Sometimes you have to go through, times like this where it's difficult, where it's maybe a little bit frustrating, because at the end result, it makes it that much greater. So, like we talked about, DeAndre was great tonight. Now for our team, we have to be, that same way every single night.
Bruce Beck with NBC New York.
James, you've talked about energy, effort, and intensity. Is that what you demand of your teammates, and is that what you demand of yourself?
Yeah, because if we don't have that, we don't have a chance to winning. More often than not, when we can bring that, possession by possession, quarter by quarter, game by game, I don't really like talking about offense because we can score with the best of them, but defensively we have to have some kind of consistency and some kind of, togetherness, and like I said, we've shown great signs of it, and then we just show signs where we just don't, we're not on the same page as like individuals out there, and so that's my job. I got to do a better, job of just communicating, maybe watching more film, communicating more on where guys should be, just using my voice a little bit more, so guys can be in their spots. And defense is not just a one man thing. You got to be 5 guys locked in on the same page and making sure you accomplished or wanting to accomplish the same thing and know your personnel. So as a leader, one of the leaders of this team, I got to do a better job of communicating, and I will be.
Last question, Matt Brooks with Nets Daily.
Hey, James, as you mentioned, you guys were, from the beginning kind of coming out with a lot of fire on defense. The communication was there. So I just had a question about that communication. Is that something where 1 or 2 guys are leading that communication, everybody follows? Or is it something where you guys just all come out and the communication is just there from the get-go as a group? Communication is there as a group.
We got a lot of shy guys on this team, but we got to get out of our comfort zone. We got to be more vocal. We gotta talk because it helps your teammate. It helps your defensive positioning. You're guarding, and the offensive team is like, well, these guys are talking, and it puts a little doubt in their offensive skill as well. So we just got to get out of our comfort zone tonight. Throughout the course of the season, and over exaggerate our communication. I think if we do that, we'll have better positioning for each other, and then we can rebound the basketball, and then that's when we can get out in transition, and then everybody scores.